I'll be showing you how I got my start with charms and how I fell in love with charm collecting. This was an example of my very first charm collection. So I grew up in the 1980s, and these plastic charms were all the rage in 1985, I believe it was. And I started collecting these types of charms, and I actually had a charm really similar to this one. Now this is an example of some charms that were done in the 80s, and not my actual collection because I've long since lost that. But this is an example of how I got my start in charm collecting. As I grew up, I became a little bit more into a different kind of charm collecting. And as I became an adult, I found these kind of bracelets. They were originally called European charm bracelets, I believe, as well. These have an interesting way of working. And these charms, each individual charm, slides up, and then you unhook them on the back side here. Let's see if I can show you an angle that'll work. And you would unclip these little charm pieces, if you can see there, and they would slide in and out of each space. And I was obsessed with obviously collecting purses. Had little hearts, a little Louis Vuitton purse that was really popular at the time. Obviously I still was a lover of Sleeping Beauty my whole life. Mickey Mouse. Another little Sleeping Beauty set. I believe I might have even gotten that at Disney. And a little Disney Mickey Mouse head. Best Mom charm. I think I got that from my husband. I have a broken Aries charm. You see one of the horns is broken off there. A little flower in pink. And an M&M, a peanut M&M. I have no idea why I got that one. Probably went to an M&M store. So that was my second attempt at styling this many years ago. I believe this was a 90s, 2000s time frame. Then as I evolved into a little bit more of a couture style of charm bracelet, I got Juicy Couture. And they were these bracelets that had this slide closure here, and you would just slide it through this little circle to undo the clasp, and it would come loose. And then you would slide it back in, and you would have it secured to wear on your bracelet. It was a very easy clasp to do and undo. And they all came with these little hearts and a little Juicy Couture J. And then it had charms that you could hook onto the bracelet. See these little hooks right here? And they would open up like so, and you'd clip them on and off the bracelets. So this, as you can see, it's been worn a few times. These are my 3D glasses that I had to represent my love of the movies. I used to have a lot more charms for this bracelet, but over time I got rid of a few of them and or put them into some special decorations. I have one of them in one of my room decorations that I'll show you now. So here is the other charm that I've kept. It's a little pink strawberry, and it's on a gold. And this is my favorite charm from Juicy Couture collection. Absolute favorite charm. It was so beautiful. I got it as a part of a gift set with an outfit that I bought from Juicy Couture. And I wore this on necklaces, bracelets, purses for years and years and years until the clasp finally had seen its best days, and I had to retire it. And I put it onto my shelf here that I have some collectibles on, as you can see there. And then on the other side I have my grandmother's locket that I had. So that's where that is housed right now. So now I'll take you back to the beginning of my charm collection. So I am a rather large fan of Hello Kitty. Again, I grew up in the 80s, and that's primarily when Hello Kitty got its start. And K Jewelers Charmed Memories collection actually started, for me, my introduction into this type of charm collection that I now have a pretty massive one of, that Pandora has mostly done. And what I came across was the Hello Kitty collection from commercials, and one year my mom and dad wanted to know what I wanted for Christmas. And I said, Hello Kitty charms, and get me a bracelet and put a bunch of charms on them. So that's what my parents did. And so these were part of the original charm collection, along with this little one that I have kept on bracelets because she's my favorite. This one right here is. But I also have the purse charm. And what's really cute about this one is it has a little flower on the back. And my mom got that for me because she said, oh, you love purses. So she got me the little Hello Kitty purse charm. I also got the butterfly with the little dangle Hello Kitty. I also received the Hello Kitty bow, which I do still tend to use every now and then on a Christmas charm bracelet because these charms do fit on Pandora bracelets. I got this sparkly one, which I know I retired because it is missing a few of the gemstones in it. It's actually very pretty, and I wore it for years. But as you can see right there, there's a stone missing right there. So that was disappointing. So I retired that charm. Then I also received this charm as part of that. You can kind of see the red crystal stones. And there was a little section of it that kind of got damaged. So I don't wear that one especially a lot. I do from time to time. And then I also got this pink crystal charm. And then there was also a pink Hello Kitty charm that was lost because I was very careless with them. And then of course this little guy who has lasted the best of all the charms and is my absolute favorite Hello Kitty charm, and I consider really my first charm from my first collection. So very special charm to me, and will always be on one of my bracelets because I love her. So that's how I got my start. I actually started with this bracelet, which is from the Charm Memories collection. I have some Star Wars charms on it right now. But this was the original, and you can see that this chain is extremely flexible for a snake chain. It's lasted for a very long time, and it is from the K's Memories. That's what the M stands for, Charmed Memories, and where all these charms came from. And they are 100% sterling silver, and they are Sanrio, and they were made in Italy, which is another place that makes good silver jewelry as well. So that is how I got my jewelry charm collection, my charms over the years, and how I eventually got to where I love Pandora, because I started with another brand and another company. And once I got the Pandora charm bracelets, I currently have this one empty. This was my very first Pandora charm bracelet. And I just saw the quality of this charm bracelet. You see how I cannot... This one, this is as far as you can push it. This one, I can pretty much almost do in half. So the flexibility of the original bracelet I had is extremely flimsy. Its bracelets just hang really badly. And you can see it stretching as it hangs. But this one, it's still pretty much, even though I've had this for many years, it still pretty much has a much better shape to it. And it has stretched a little, but it still looks very solid. Whereas this one, you can kind of see it's stretched holes. It's like very, you can see how there's spaces. Whereas this one looks like there's much smaller spaces in comparison to this one. And see if I can zoom you in a little bit more so you can see that difference. So I just feel like the quality of the Pandora bracelets was so much better than the quality of the Charm Memory bracelets. No diss to the Charm Memories collection. I think they do a good job with a lot of their charms, but just not necessarily their bracelets. So when it comes to my opinion, Pandora bracelets are the best. They're shiny, they look nice, they stay nice, they are quality. I haven't had one snap. The only thing that I've had is I did lose a bracelet once because the clasps sometimes are not the strongest, or they're easy to think you've got them clasped and you don't. And that's why safety chains are pretty important. I don't always have safety chains on my bracelets, but you know how it is. But this is how I sort of unconventionally came into Pandora. I started watching videos and started learning about Pandora. Everything I know about Pandora came from YouTube. And so I wanted to honor that I learned everything I know about Pandora by starting my own YouTube channel to help others learn about Pandora and learn about the difference between charms. And so I may even do comparisons in the future, charm reviews in the future. That way you can learn from me when I've learned from others. And there are plenty of great YouTube channels out there where they have Pandora information, and I'm going to try to not copy too much the exact types of information some of them do. Let them have their place and I'll have mine. So hopefully as my channel progresses, you guys will get to see some new charms and some new flavor and some different ways of doing things. This is my happiness bracelet, and this does have a combination of both Pandora, Sophia, and I believe I have an artisan charm on here. And I can kind of go through, when I review this bracelet, some of the differences between those charms and the Pandora charms. So you can kind of see the difference, and the difference in the quality and if they match up to it or not. So thank you for watching, and hope you know a little bit more about my charm journey. Always love charms bracelets, and I believe that I always will. So stay tuned for more, and like and subscribe if you want to keep seeing my content. I appreciate all my viewers, and I appreciate all my commenters, and thank you. And my first subscriber in my Pandora Charm life, and I really like her. So I feel very honored. So thank you for your support, and thank you to everyone who watches my videos. Have a great day. Bye.